This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 8th year of talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey everybody. Yeah, this is really something. I screw up when I get started on this show. Wow. Let me see here. I got to do something here. You know something? I'm just going to shut everything down here. Okay? Alrighty? And start it all over again. I didn't check to make sure that stuff was working and not. Okay, let's go.
This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 8th year of talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey, it's Alex, and it's the Ramble, and we go until midnight tonight if we get everything going right. Look at that. What happens is we do 2 of these at a time. So to make it look like it's next week, he puts a hat on.
Or takes a hat off.
And I could take my hat off. Oh no, that's going to blind people. Yeah, that looks. I love that hat. If I ever come up to your place, you're not going to be able to find that hat after I leave.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's a great hat. That's what's it called? A pork pie again?
Pork pie.
Pork pie. Yeah.
Don't know why.
That's Steven Kravitz.
Hey.
Hey,
Alex.
He's a comic, but he's not working as one right now. When's the last time you worked as a comic?
Two years ago.
So how often do you have to do comedy in order to still say you're a comic?
Well, I'm still a comic. I'm just not working.
Not working. An out-of-work comic. A lot of comics were out of work during COVID. Okay. Now what? Now you're also an actor.
Right.
When's the last time you acted? These are long pauses, by the way.
Probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Okay. So, but you're still an actor. You still have your SAG card, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I still pay my dues.
Still pay your dues. You don't have to pay much, though, because you haven't made money. Yeah.
Right.
But, yeah, I always maintained my AFTRA, which then became SAG-AFTRA.
So you still have your card?
Yeah. Now I'm, get this, I'm a senior performer, and therefore I don't pay dues.
Oh, really? I should call them.
You know something? You might actually be considered a senior performer, but I don't know. I don't know when that senior performer status starts. I think it started for me at 75, but I'm not sure.
75, not 65.
I'm not sure, but I don't think it was 65. I think I kept paying, even though I didn't work after jobs. I kept that card going. I wanted it,
right.
It was.
I worked hard to get it.
You work hard to get it, and I first got it when I came to New York, and I had to join after it, to work at the radio station I was at.
Right.
So that's how I got my card. Once I got it, to me that was a point of pride. It meant that I had made it in my profession. And wait a minute, maybe my first SAG card was in Chicago. Maybe not. I can't remember. Anyway.
No, my card I got from the Clint Eastwood show.
Right.
Clint Eastwood movie. Clint Eastwood show.
No,
like it was a song and dance number.
No, but you know something? They do call them shows, don't they?
Yeah.
What was the last show you worked on? Oh, I worked on, Dirty Harry or whatever. What was it?
Right.
Sudden Impact?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? I lost you.
Really?
Can you see me?
I can see you fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see you anymore. I lost. Hang on. Oh, there you are.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You're back.
Yeah. Isn't the
I
technology?
don't know. I lost you.
Well, how did you get rid of me?
I don't know.
Oh, you probably just clicked something and it did away with my picture or something.
Right.
Like that.
It came up with the website you come to when you come to the Zoom page, and you click on open meeting.
Yeah.
That's the page it came on to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, you got me again, so that's good.
Right.
That's good. Not that you have to see me. All you have to do is hear me, but...
Right. But it's better to see you when we're doing it.
It would then annoy you for the next 20 minutes why you couldn't see me.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
It would make it crazy.
Same thing.
My name is not Steven Bubbles Kravitz.
Yeah, Bubs. Oh, yeah, Bubs. I talked to him yesterday.
Oh, yeah? How's he doing?
He's doing fine. Bubs is Bubs. You know what happens? Here's the problem with getting older. That when you and I, you were in your maybe 30s and I had hit 50 or something like that. I don't know.
Right.
We would get together, we would talk. It was about like, been having sex with anybody recently?
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, yeah, what was it like? Oh, her. Oh, she's hot. Right. That was our discussion. Or maybe, hey, you worked any good gigs lately?
Right.
Oh, hey, how did that movie go for you?
Right.
Now what is it? Bubs, how's your hernia doing? Bubs, how's your cataracts doing? With
Has
you...
Bubs got cataracts?
Huh? Yeah, he's got cataract. Has a cataract. And he has I think he has a Pontiac too. No, he has a
nice.
he has a cataract in one of his eyes. Yeah. Which is a simple operation,
Right.
It didn't used to be, but it is now. And he was going to go have it done, then they called him up and said the doctor isn't available. You get all jazzed up, hey, they're going to cut into my eye, and you worry about it and everything. And the day comes and they say, sorry, can't see you. So
do they do it as an outpatient procedure?
Oh, yeah. That's an outpatient. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know if you've never had to have it, right?
No.
I've had it in both eyes. It's just you get kind of what seems to be a fogginess in one of your pupils, in the middle of your eye.
Right.
And that's a cataract. They just simply have to go in and replace the lens. In fact, they replace the one God gave you with an artificial lens that works better than the one God gave you.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I think God can be replaced. I honestly believe he can be replaced because we have all the replacement parts, and they work better than the ones that he gave us. I mean, look, people have a heart, and the heart goes out on them, and they got to get a pump, and but that's going to work better than the heart that we were given because that one's going to wear out. The old new one isn't, right?
Right. No, you're right.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I saw today. You know what? Ever since I was a kid, my great joy in life was thinking about space and about space travel. I mean, when I was a kid, I read all the science fiction books, and then when I was growing up, all of a sudden Sputnik happened with the Russians, and then we were sending up our stuff, and then they were sending up some people, and then we were sending up some people, and I was all involved in this. I figured that in my lifetime, hell, we're going to have a colony on Mars, right?
Right.
Well, that never happened because we got lazy and because Americans went, oh, well, we have more problems here on Earth. Why do we want to go to the moon? Maybe so you can get off the Earth where there are problems. But anyway.
Right.
I've been into this thing all my life. And what I resent more than anything else is that we will probably get to Mars after I die. I don't think I'll live long enough to see us land on Mars. I probably will live long enough to see us land on the moon and to start colonies up there.
Well, I think so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The current time frame is 2024.
For a colony.
To start a colony, yeah. Maybe 2025. But
now, why can't they land the space shuttle on the moon?
Well, that's a good question. Number one, we don't have any space shuttles left.
Right. And why did we get rid of that? That was a good program.
Well, they were getting pretty old. You got to realize those things were 30 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they were really old. You know, you get rid of a car before that, you know.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know, but I mean, it was a wonderful, you know, I look forward to this, and I'm just not going to see it now but I think the reason we're doing it now is we have the ability to do it cheaper, faster, more accurately. You know, we have all the GPS technology, you know, the fact that we send up a 2-stage rocket and the first stage comes back and lands on this platform out in the ocean.
Right.
You know, right on target. I mean, it just because we have GPS, we have all these other things that allow it to land there. And I think Musk, with his SpaceX, has sent up something like 65 rockets and returned every single second stage to the to the platform. Yeah. So we've gotten the technology to be able to do that, you know. So today, when we're recording this, it was a couple of weeks ago, when people are listening to this, I watched them send up the latest crew for the space station. And there are 4 people on the crew. I mean, 4 people in there. They can actually fit 5, I think. But they had 4 in there. And they're sending 4 people up to the space. And I watched this thing take off, and it just is so wonderful to watch. I mean, this thing was straight as an arrow. Precision, right. Working perfectly. You know? And then I found out from Marjorie, I didn't know this, that of the 4, there was like, I think there was a Japanese guy there, some Japanese crewman from Japan, okay, that they were putting up to go to the space station. And because they don't want to do it, they don't want to spend the money, a Russian we sent up there. And I'm thinking to myself,
oh, is that right?
Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, aren't we arguing with the Russians right now? I mean, what are we doing sending them up on our dime to the space station? You know, but there's a Russian woman on that crew. So they're all going to the space station. However, they have to spend 29 hours in this capsule before they can get into the space station.
Why is that?
Because it takes that long to get there. You know. Well, I mean, there are toll roads, and you have to pay money, and you know. No, I think it's just because they have to rotate so many times and get up to there. I don't know why 29 hours. I don't know why they can't get there in 3.5 minutes. You know, but they don't. And then they go to the space station, and then they'll be there for anywhere from 3 to 6 months.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah. So 3 to 6 months is you know, quite a bit of time to spend on this tube that is like, I think, 30 years old now, 20 years old.
Oh, it's got to be at least 20.
Yeah. The space station is, I think it's at least 20. And it's got to be pretty rank in there by now.
Do you think?
Yeah,
huh?
I mean, when it's brand new, it's got that brand new space station smell. you know. But then when you kind of get up there, after 20 years, enough people taking dumps up there, and and I wonder what they do with this. I got to blow my nose again. Oh boy. I can sure tell it's winter because my sinuses are acting up. Anyway, where was I? Was at this? Oh yeah, I don't know what they do with the poop. Nobody has ever answered that one. I mean, they just fling it out into space?
Probably.
They kind of have some way they repurpose it or something, because I...
Repurpose it into what? Modeling clay?
Well, maybe that's a good idea. Or either that, or maybe we should send some chimps up there and they just throw it at each other.
There you go.
You know. But anyway, they I just don't know nobody ever says what they do with the poop. You know, they've already done things on how the toilets work and so on and so forth. But you know, I mean, it's just, I mean, how much that thing's been up there 20 years. How much poop has been eliminated in that time, and what do we do with it? Do we take it back in baggies when we come back to Earth? And say, well, here's our spaceship. And by the way, throw the poop out first. Okay, we want to make sure the poop's going to be okay. But I mean, what do they do with it? That's a good question. I'm going to have to look that up. These are the things that keep me awake at night.
That's like, I wonder, like, when there was like armies, marching armies.
Mm-hmm.
Where did they all go to the bathroom?
Well, I mean, yeah, you think about the Russians in Ukraine.
No, I'm talking about like when they used to be
just out in the trenches.
The trenches.
I'm sure you do just dump. It probably said over there at the very end of the trench is the place where you poop, and everybody would go and poop at the end of the trench, and then they'd come back.
Probably.
Yeah. And you probably pee over there too. You don't want to go to that part of the trench very often.
No, you don't.
That was in World War I. Now in World War II, how did they? What, in their helmet? I don't know. That's a good question. It's a very good question. These are questions we never had answered during World War II. But only you would ask that question. You know. So, but the space, are you interested in the space thing at all?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Because a lot of people I talk to go, I don't care about it. I don't care about it. You know, and I'm going, how can you not care about something which is our destiny?
Right.
Our destiny isn't to stay here. God knows we haven't taken good enough care of this planet anyway. It's starting to regurgitate itself. Okay?
Well, it's starting to get rid of a lot of us.
I mean, you don't think all these hurricanes is a form of Earth regurgitating?
Right.
You don't think that forest fires in California is regurgitating, or that getting hotter than it usually gets isn't regurgitating?
Right.
You know, the Earth is saying, hey, I'm sick and tired of the way you've treated me. And
right. No, and I'm pissed.
And I'm pissed, and I'm going to get even with you, you know? And if worse comes to worse, what happens is you get a situation in which the Earth, because of pollution and so on, and global warming and so on, suddenly brings on another ice age. And what an ice age does is it simply peels off a layer of the Earth and cleans it all up, and it's back to a new Earth again. You know? Well, we might be bringing on another ice age, in which case we're not going to survive. Cockroaches are. Cockroaches will, but we won't.
Right.
Cockroaches can survive anything.
Right.
Even Trump. You know. So, I mean,
Trump, let's not get into that.
Oh, jeez. Here's what I don't understand. you use your comedic wit to explain this to me. You got a guy in Georgia named Herschel Walker. You familiar with Herschel Walker?
I know of him, and I know where you're going with.
He's
running on a no abortion platform.
He was twice named the stupidest man on planet Earth. So, he's just this absolute, utter moron who is very much against abortion and doesn't believe that you can get an abortion even if the mother's health or the fact the child might be born,
with problems.
With 3 arms, right? He doesn't, even in those cases. And yet he went out 10 years ago and paid for a woman's abortion.
Right.
And I'm thinking to myself, now it looks like, well, maybe there's an ability he has to win this race. He's within striking distance of his opponent. And you're going, who would vote for this guy? He can't put a simple sentence together,
And he's got 4 kids from 4 different women.
And he's never had anything to do with any of the kids.
Right.
So, I mean, you're a very moral Republican, because they're supposed to be for morality and family values, right?
Right.
And then you vote for this guy? How does that happen? And I guess it's the same answer of why we got Trump as president. How did you vote for this guy?
I still am in denial that he was president.
Well, I think
I'm
most people.
still in denial.
Do you know how you can tell the denial really exists? When I tune into the news, most of the time they call him Mr. Trump.
Right.
They don't call him President Trump. And hey, it's President Carter, it's President Bush, it's President Clinton. It's Mr. Trump. They don't even. There are people who just want to deny that he ever was president.
Right.
Well, what kind of country do we live in where these people can get elected? I mean, by any rational thought, although we may not be talking about rational people who vote,
No, I don't think we are. I mean, I don't know how any rational person can support him.
Well, I mean, you got all these Republicans who are sitting around saying, yep, the election was fixed. Yep.
Oh, and they want to ban abortion throughout the country.
Well, they did. I mean, they didn't ban it. What happened was the Supreme Court reversed Roe v. Wade, and now it's up to each individual state to figure out what they're going to do. Now, like if you live in California, no problem. If you live in New York,
live in Massachusetts, no problem.
New York, no problem. But if you live in Texas, you got a problem.
You got an issue.
You got to travel to California,
right?
And if you're poor, you can't travel to California. And if you're rich enough, I guess you can find a doctor in these areas who will say, well, you know what you need because you've got a bad situation. You need D&C. That's the same.
What's that?
Dilation and curettage, I think it's called. And what it is, they simply scoop the baby out. That's what happens. They clean out your womb, as it were. So,
as it were.
As it were. So I mean, it's really it's terrible.
Yeah, but they're not. Those people, they're not pro-life. They're pro-birth. They're pro-birth. They don't really care what happens to the baby after it's born.
Well, they're anti-people. They're anti-person. I mean, the life, the well-being of the mother and her decision should be paramount over anything else.
That's right.
And that's not taken into consideration. You don't have that right. It's the right of a little zygote, a little pea that's in your womb to survive.
Right.
And here, I think that the question is, when is it a viable human being? And I don't think it's a viable human being till it comes out of the womb. I'd be against you bopping it over the head as it comes out of the womb to try and kill it, yes. But, while it's in the womb, Also, I believe Jews believe that as long as the baby is in the mother, it is part of the mother. It is not a sentient human being, and that the mother can do anything with it she wants to.
Such a funny image, the baby coming out and you're bopping it on the head.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't do that. That's not right. I would be against that. Okay.
That is just such a funny image.
Yeah, right.
That is just such a funny image.
Now, I do
tell you.
I do believe in the case of certain people like Ted Cruz, Donald Trump, DeSantis down in Florida. I do.
No, he's a piece of work.
Yeah,
Huh?
I do believe in retroactive abortion,
Yeah.
in which we can abort the person after they're born, years later. You know, they can be 70.
Anytime we choose.
Anytime we choose, just because they're disgusting, horrible human beings. It's amazing. It's just amazing. But anyway, this is the world we live in. Aren't you happy with it?
Hey, we're heading with Putin. We're heading towards nuclear war.
Well, that's another thing altogether. He's gone bonkers. So,
Right.
hey, listen, we've run out of time again. Isn't it amazing? The time flies when we're having fun.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. Thank you very much, Steve, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, Alex.
Stephen Kravitz, ladies and gentlemen.
This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 8th year of talk like you've never heard it before.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was Stephen Kravitz, and we're sorry that if you watched the very beginning of the show, if it went off and then we started all over again. But I had to reboot a element here because I have this thing. It's called Stream Deck, and when I push buttons, it does things like that, and then I could start the opening. See?
This is GabNet, the Great.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, you get what I'm saying, okay? So I can do all those things with it, all right? Which is terrific. The only thing is, when I got this new one, and it doesn't always. When I switch it, it doesn't switch. And I have to reboot the program that does the switching, okay? And sometimes I have to do it twice until it finally works. Well, tonight I forgot to check to make sure it was working, and it wasn't. Most of the time it works, and then sometimes it decides not to. So I did that, and that's what happened. So I had to literally close down the whole piece of equipment and start over again. And I think it just picked up doing the. In fact, I can look here and see if it did what it's supposed to do here. If we have our pictures going here, yeah, it looks like we're okay. Yep, okay. We're going out live. I think. Yeah, no, it's going. The stream is going and everything. So we're fine. Okay, all righty. I will, and if you are watching this, watching the replay of the show, and you hear it start and stop and go again, that's what happened. I'll probably correct that tomorrow when I can edit the thing out. And then I had to start all over again recording the actual show. It's hard to explain this whole process, but after a while, it makes me just wonder why the hell I do this. I don't understand it. Okay, well, anyway, it is time for us to go and meet with our people out there who are. Jeff's on the phone. So I won't go to things yet. Anyway, we're going to go to our what meager citizen panel we have here. I'm thinking of quitting Thursday nights. You know, wait a minute. You got that down there? Okay, Jeff. Because look, this is what we get on Thursday nights. Two people. Nah, no, they won't.
and meet with our.
No, now and Jeff's got to quit his. Just kill your browser, Jeff.
Yeah. I'm kicking you.
Just go to your browser and just click it off. Get rid of it.
I did.
Oh, okay. You're fine now.
Sorry.
All right. Okay. Well, you guys hold a conversation. I don't know. I have nothing to say.
It's your turn to sing, Jeff.
I know. I'm okay now.
Yeah.
How you guys?
Yeah. So
I was watching my Yankees lose
lose to who?
to people in Houston.
Houston, the Astros.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was down there, I think, in about the second year, third year at the Astros were a team out of Houston.
Was in that fancy new building that they had?
Well, not the new one. No, I mean, that was the Astrodome. Actually, the first year they played it out in a field somewhere, and I don't know if you've ever been to Houston, but the humidity is hellacious, just hellacious. And it's unrelenting. So nobody would go to the games. That's why they built the Astrodome, an indoor air-conditioned
They
park.
can close it or open it.
Yeah, but no, you couldn't open it. That one you couldn't
now they
open.
open.
Not the new one they open. Yeah. But I mean, I still don't see how they can with the humidity and the humidity. You can't keep a crease in your pants for like 8-10 months out of the year. So I don't know when they play and they can have that top off. But man, you need that air conditioning.
God, I wouldn't want to live there.
You go from your air-conditioned job to your air-conditioned car to your air-conditioned home, out to the air-conditioned ballpark or the air-conditioned movie theater, and you only spend a few moments outdoors. So. And yet the people who still jog in that city, that's the part that gets to me. Those wonderful health nuts, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, nice.
You were talking about Steve Kravitz about, Trump not being the real president. There's a movement going on in San Francisco. When anybody is interviewed by the media, they're going to say he was never president. It's fake news.
Well, you see, the thing is about Trump, which is interesting, is when someone has been president of the United States, how do you refer to them? Mr. President. Even if they're a former president, like when I interviewed Jimmy Carter, and it was a great thrill for me to call him Mr. President. Or in my case, my friend the governor here, Governor so-and-so. Even though I know Patterson, I know him personally, I always refer to him as the governor. Even if I answered the phone once by saying hi, blah blah blah, and I then felt bad about it because hey, hello, governor, and that's what you do. But nobody refers to Donald Trump on television anywhere else as President Trump. They refer to him as Mr. Trump. Have you noticed that?
Yes, sorry. Hold on just a second. I'm sure my volume's way up.
Yeah. No, your volume is actually way down. Oh, look at this. See, here's another place where I screwed up, ladies and gentlemen.
You look fine.
No, you can't see it. But if everybody's out there, they're going, what is Phil Myers' name doing there? That's from last night, folks. I just screw up largely here. Actually, it should be like this. It's the wrong one. There we go.
I don't think anybody cares. I think they care about that you're on the show. I don't think they care about the minor little.
Well, I really am. I'm kind of out of it tonight. I'm a little lightheaded and everything. I don't know what's wrong with me. I haven't figured it out. I think it's boredom. I think it's being in the house all the time, not going out, not being able to go anywhere.
Yeah, that applies to me too.
Yeah, and I think that's why I feel if I got out more, I'd have more energy.
Yeah.
Like I had a lot of energy doing the show last night, and I went out and walked a mile yesterday. So that kind of you know, that's the answer probably.
I get on a bicycle.
You get on a bicycle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to bicycle a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a little cold today, though.
huh?
It was a little cold.
Little cold?
Turn the heater up.
No, actually, I got a bike downstairs
Oh, outside bicycle.
and inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have a
Can't go anywhere, but you just.
yeah, I have a stationary bike. I mean, it isn't meant to be, but I never use it. So.
I have a life cycle, and I never use it.
Yeah, right. Hey, here's Brian Neary, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go.
Brian comes on early because Phil's not here.
There you go. All right. No, there you go. Mm-hmm.
Better?
Yeah, it should go to portrait mode, but yours doesn't. It's a phone, isn't it?
Yeah, but is that bad?
There we go.
Perfect.
Ah,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Scotch tape.
It's my monster's birthday tomorrow, so I have to do all these little bags for their friends. Oh, sorry, she's right here. It's Adrian's birthday tomorrow. So I make these, all the kids, they make little bags for their classmates. So
Mhm.
that's what we're
Wow.
There we go.
You know, I noticed last night when I was, posting the show to YouTube, you have to answer some questions, and one of the questions I never answered: are there any kids on your show? Kids under 5 or something like that, under 6 or under 8 or, and I wondered why they asked that question because I've never said yes. And how often has Adrian been on?
Yeah.
Now it's Adrian's birthday tomorrow?
Yeah, come over here. Hi.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, I think as long as we don't exploit her, we're okay. Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
God, every time I see her, she gets older. Next time I see her, she can be an old hag. Anyway.
Uncle Alex just sent you a nice birthday present in the form of a check.
Yeah, right. Anyway, she is such a ham.
I know.
You know.
Even though I'm not ready.
Now, how old is she going to be tomorrow? 6?
She'll be 7.
7. God, and how old was she? I think I asked this last night when she first appeared on our program. Was she 3 or 4?
4.
4.
Because it's 3 years ago. Yeah, so 4.
Boy, she keeps getting, well, you keep getting older, Yeah. So what are you making? Little nut
It's
cups
a
and
bag
things?
with a Kit Kat, with some molding clay, with some night glow things for Halloween, so when they walk around, stickers, a pencil, and then she has her special friends that have like a little stuffed animal.
And her really special friend who you're giving a car to. So that's yeah. Yeah, Charlene.
Oh, I just want to say, Alex, when you have a kid's birthday party, I thought they would call that like a favor, like all the kids get it. But he was saying Halloween. Maybe I have the wrong, because you said she did get big. She's getting big.
They also do it during the school day. So then if it's a birthday, they bring a bunch for all their classmates.
When my son was in school, I used to have goodie bags. You call it a goodie bag.
Yeah, exactly.
All the kids, right?
So how many kids are coming to the party?
No, it's her classmates are 25 kids.
So you got to make one of those for 25 of those?
Yeah, 24. Yeah, 24.
Why don't you put a company ball cap in each one?
We're gonna put them in a bag. Go get one of the white bags.
So, and then she has her special friend she's giving a special bag to, right? See, at things like the Emmys and so on, everybody who is there to get an award or whatever gets what's called a swag bag, and in it they have, sometimes these bags were worth like $250,000 because the bag was made by Gucci, and inside you had this and that, and they got so expensive. I think the various organizations said no more. That's ridiculous.
A friend of mine said they have like like $50,000 off your next Porsche at Porsche of Los Angeles or something
Really?
in those bags. Well, $250.
Yeah. Who wants a Porsche? Do you want a Porsche, Brian?
A brand new one for free, yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Brand new one for free. Yeah.
Well, a friend has one, and I've sat in it, and it's really nice. But yeah, But I don't care for them because you can't really tell what year they are. They all look the same.
They all look the same. Let me ask you this though: is it pronounced Porsche or Porsche?
Mm.
I think it's Porsche.
I think it's Porsche. I always heard it as Porsche.
I think if you try to be cool, it's Porsche.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's you.
Yeah. But they say, like, this is a Porsche Carrera, right? And I can't tell that from one of the other ones.
Yeah, that's why I don't care for them.
Yeah.
I like seeing. I like the old cars. You can tell the different years and the different makes.
Mm-hmm.
Everything looks the same.
There's a little kid coming into our picture. Where is she? Oh, Adrian?
Yeah, she's running.
Huh?
Jeez. Everything you say, a 7-year-old will correct you to make sure you're correct.
No, everything I say, she'll correct?
I just said she's running around, and she says, "No, I'm not."
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Adrian is standing still.
I'm hoping that Adrian, if she could vote, would not vote for Donald Trump.
Why do you always bring that up? Why do we even talk about the man? Yeah. So anyway, so who's the cutest kid in her class?
Me.
Of course. I knew that would happen. Oh boy.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh, she's at the age now where it's maybe.
Yeah. I thought when we were kids they had cooties. Do you know that boys have cooties?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
They
don't.
love cooties.
Yeah. Exactly.
They love cooties.
No, she says, and I have cooties. Yes, I have cooties. So don't touch me. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever make a cootie catcher?
No,
It was this thing they did with paper, and do you know what I'm talking about? Charlene knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and what you would do
Like-
is you'd fold it a certain way, and then you could put your 4 fingers in it, and then it opened up, right? And what you did is you put pictures of bugs inside, so you go, cootie catcher. What? Why'd you say? Because she's going to go do it now?
No. She's playing with the cat. No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the 4 thing, and you
Yeah.
did the color and a number or something like that, and then it came out with something.
Yeah, but then you could also put bugs in there, pictures of bugs. And then it's a cootie catcher. Okay, well.
Never did the.
That
Never
was
heard of
many, 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 many years ago. I started thinking about that today, At my age, you start thinking about that, like, did all these years pass and I was like that? I was like, at 13, this is how I was, or at 5, this is how I was. And that's so many years ago. It's ridiculous,
Yeah, some friends I saw over the weekend, and it's like, yeah, we've been friends like 30 years. Like when we were 21, we started hanging out. So wow, 30 years. That seems like a lot.
I think I've known, let's see here. I've known Jack Bishop since Houston, Texas in 1967.
Oh, yeah.
How many years ago? How many years ago is that?
55 years, because my birthday's coming up, and I was born in 1967.
Yeah, 55. I met him first when you were born, I guess, huh? That's
Yes.
scary. All right. Yeah. So anyway, so how many of those do you have to do?
On my last few.
You're on your last few?
24.
Can I ask why the wife isn't helping?
She's on her phone.
What does she say?
She's on her phone.
Oh boy, isn't he a good dad, Adrian?
Yeah.
Oh, that was exciting. That was a meaningful answer. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, she knows.
Yeah. Well, if he's better, better than other daddies.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always situations, but man, two of my friends were like that. Like, we were all hanging out, and they got married when they were like 40, and then they got divorced like within 5 months. Two of my friends.
Really?
And they had a kid, and they got divorced right away.
Yeah.
And
So,
I'm like, what the hell is that? Like what you say? What's his name? How he said at the end of life, like, what was that all about? That's what I told those guys. What was that all about? What would you say?
watch me give Brian never-ending grief. So when are you going to tell her that she was adopted?
Oh man, that's cold.
Just a little girl, Alex.
Uncle Alex is a piece of poo-poo.
I what? What did I do?
You're a piece of poo-poo.
Oh, I'm a piece of poo-poo. Yeah, I did a poo-poo thing.
Look at Armin. He's so cute.
Oh, what's the cat's name again?
Armin.
Armin's getting bigger too. I remember when Armin was just a kitten.
Yeah, he's getting big.
Yeah.
So then the cat goes. The cat goes crazy. Okay, I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna go upstairs onto my office.
You're going to go up to the office, but you were showing us your arts and crafts here.
Yeah, I'm done now. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to my office.
It's very good. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, we'll see you when you're upstairs. Yeah.
Daddy.
Yeah. Wait till he turns this off. Hold on a second. Yeah. Well, there we go. He's off. Okay. That is one of the cutest kids.
She is beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, can I sneak something in?
What?
Do you know who a guy named Robert Gordon is, right?
The singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I heard that he did something on Midnight Blue. Like, do you remember what it was or something?
Didn't do anything on Midnight Blue.
Oh, all right. Because I don't know. I'll have to find out what it is. But I know. I'm so glad you know who he is because he passed away. And I've been running around all over, and nobody knows who Robert Gordon is.
No, he had like one major hit, and I'm trying to remember which one. What was it called? Do you remember?
Black Slacks.
No.
Black Slacks. Number one, I don't know, but
No,
he
no.
collaborated with Bruce Springsteen, and he did Fire, which Bruce Springsteen wrote.
Robert Gordon?
He was rockabilly though, rockabilly, right?
It's not the Robert Gordon I'm used to. Hold on a second.
Oh, you're
Robert
thinking of another one?
Gordon.
Yeah, if you see the picture, you'll know maybe. He had like a pompadour hairdo, like a rockabilly 50s guy. Like.
Yeah. Robert Gordon dies. Took rockabilly to the punk scene. I don't know if I remember him. Maybe I'm not. I'm thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, but he wasn't really that big, really. You know.
Yeah.
He never, like the Ramones. They say should have been gotten more fame than they did.
Yeah.
He was like that, very underground. Nobody. He wore a black leather jacket and he, black. He was a rockabilly guy.
So people can see what I'm, what we're talking about.
He had a great
here.
look, though.
Let me just do this. There's for everybody. That's Robert Gordon.
Okay.
So I'm just playing it back for the people out there watching the show. But that's Robert Gordon. Okay. Yeah. So he's gone. Well, they're all going.
I know. Like, remember you used to do the people who died?
Well, I'll tell you what I do. I have my Alexa here, and whenever I'm watching somebody and I go, I wonder if they're still alive. And
Alex, oh, sorry. I thought Angela Lansbury was dead when I heard she died. Isn't that terrible when people?
Well,
write
there
that?
are people you think were dead because they're so
Yeah,
old that you go, they should be dead.
Mm.
You know, like when people see me on the show, they go, he's still alive?
Oh, like Gilbert Gottfried.
Well, yeah, kind of like
Alex Bennett is
Gilbert.
still alive.
Yeah, wait a minute, hold on a second. Where is it? Well, oh, here we go.
Alex Bennett is still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we are.
But it's funny, Gilbert isn't.
I know. Yeah,
Of course, nothing funny about that, but you know.
I miss. Yeah.
But I'm walking down Fifth Avenue one day on the other side of the street. I hear this sound,
Alex Bennett is still alive?
and it's Gilbert. Whenever I'd hear from him, meet him, or see him, or talk to him, that's what would happen. So you know, that was our thing. So anyway,
Interesting.
yeah. So I'm trying to think if there's anything worth talking about.
Well, if Brian comes back, I have some wine in his birth year
You have some wine in his birth year.
in 1976. Yes,
Yeah.
4 bottles of a Sauterne, a French dessert wine.
Yeah. You know what? I've been playing these video games, and when I play the video games for, you know, I can suddenly be playing them for 2 hours and not know the 2 hours have passed, right?
Oh yeah.
And I get up, I am just woozy. I cannot, I'm stumbling and everything, right?
Positional something.
Vertigo.
Vertigo. Right.
That's what I have. Yeah.
Because you got your head looking down, and then you look up.
Well, no, but it's not that. It's that the screen, everything's going like this, right?
Oh really?
And I suddenly noticed today there is a feature on the game where I can set it for less motion sickness. So I'm going to
You do that
have
with
to.
your iPhone too.
Huh? You can? There.
There's a setting in the iPhone. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yep. I'm having problems with my iPhone, and so Apple was nice enough to wipe out all my settings for me. I'll find it. Just keep going, and I'll let you know where it's at in a minute.
Alex, that's good to know. Like my son does that a lot. I bet, because it's not good. Like flashing lights and stuff are no good.
Well, it isn't the flashing lights. I mean, it depends. If you have what do you call it? Epilepsy, you don't want flashing lights. But if you don't have epilepsy, I'm not bothered by the flashing lights. But it's the movement, it's the motion. I'm zipping around and just from lying down. And then, of course, one of the worst things about positional vertigo is when you get up, okay, from lying down. You have to sit there. I have to sit there for about a minute.
Are you playing these on a tablet or what?
I'm playing these on my new PS5.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know much about that. Anyhow,
Listen, I paid enough money for it. I want to brag about it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anyhow, on the iPhone, if you go into settings, accessibility, there's a little green thing.
Yeah, but I don't get that way from looking at my iPhone. But where is it?
Neither do
Settings,
I.
and then what does it say under accessibility?
Accessibility.
Let's see
And then-
here. Oh, accessibility. There it
And
is.
then it says motion.
Let's see here. Oh, motion. And then it
And then you
says
can
reduce motion, reduce the, the motion, the user interface. Okay. Okay, so if I reduce motion, what happens?
Well, when you move the phone around, I don't know. I didn't turn it on.
Well, let me see here. Okay. Well, it doesn't seem to change anything.
Well, maybe when you go into something that has motion, like a game or something on your iPhone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see what it does. Okay. See, normally, if you take this phone, right, and you move this up, it should just move this out of the way. But instead of doing that, I have to. Oh, here we go. I can't have it that way, because what it does is now I can get rid of it. See, by going you know, when you take the bottom and you push it up in order to get, it doesn't do that. That's what it prevents from happening. Well, I don't get too terribly dizzy from that. Okay. So I'm not worried about that. Hello, Kevin. How are you this evening?
Oh, same it was last night. Tired.
Yeah, me too. But I'm doing a show nonetheless. I'm trying it tonight.
Thank you, Alex.
What?
Thank you for doing the show.
No, don't thank me. You know,
And money.
you know.
You got me all excited. You know, I'm calling in to support. You know, because Tuesday, or was it Tuesday?
Mhm.
I thought it was Wednesday, and when you weren't on, I said, "Oh my God, he's serious. He quit the show and he's not on." I got excited.
Well, I was very close to it, and then Kevin and Josh came along and said, "Do a show on Friday. Just do it like we do our Saturday stuff." So I broadcast it on Facebook, and it was Kevin, Josh, and I, and this guy that we have from Canada that calls the Monday Show, who was walking around New York. So we thought that was interesting, and it was watched by more people, by at least 2.5 times the people that are probably going to watch this tonight. You know, so again, I wonder why I'm doing this. You know. With all the bells and whistles and the opening theme and all of that, when I can just go, there we are on Facebook, you know.
Why don't you do Thursdays for interviewing Adrian?
Why?
Something different. Maybe you'll get kids that'll want to watch your show.
Why don't we,
all the 9-year-old
why don't we
boys.
do Thursdays without you? How's that?
That's fine.
Here comes Brian. Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah. He's got to take his thing off so we can see him.
That's all.
There we
Were
go.
you listening to the show?
Huh?
Were you listening to the show while you were off video?
No.
So you were born in 1976?
No, 1967.
Oh, never mind.
Really?
I got 4 bottles of French wine that were made in 76 somehow.
Alan, that's the year I graduated high school. Does that count?
Sure. When you come out, we'll drink one, Charlene.
Oh boy.
70,
I don't think I'm gonna get over there.
67. It's also another good year for Sauterne. French dessert wine.
Oh boy. Okay. That's
Yeah,
exciting.
that's exciting.
And Kevin's tired, and I'm loopy, and Jeff looks okay.
I'm okay today.
Yeah. He doesn't look like a guy who had a stroke. You know.
Well,
And
know,
smoked cars while he was a kid.
I found out a little bit about stroke business these days.
About the stroke business? Is there a business of strokes?
Yeah, it's called some kind of surgery. But anyway, neurosurgery. And I heard this neurosurgeon talking on the radio. And here's what the deal is. It's totally different than when I had it done. And what it is, they've done the whole thing, what we call less invasive or minimally.
Yeah, minimally invasive, yeah.
And what they used to do is make a big saw right through your head so they could open up, and then they'd look inside and see what they could find and then fix it. Okay? What they do now is they put a scope through your nose.
Through your nose, yeah.
Yeah, miniature stuff. And then they look around and they actually think they do some instrumentation and whatever, and they find out where the bad spot is that they spot that they really have to work on.
And while they're in there, can they kind of like wipe out the memory of your prom?
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know.
something like that.
What happens, Alex, when that camera goes up there and there's like nothing there from your 60s and 70s?
Blow out.
There's no sinus up here. It's just a big echo.
You know,
Well,
the
if
thing
there's
is,
no
I've
brain in
told
there.
this story before. My father died of a pituitary tumor, which pituitary is if you go here and then you go straight down where they intersect, that's where the pituitary is. And if you get a tumor on your pituitary in those days, it was almost impossible to operate on without leaving some residual negative stuff, you know. Sometimes they could do it and it wouldn't be a problem. But my father died of it because they didn't want to, they weren't sure that's what it was, and they didn't want to try it because they didn't know. And this was at Kaiser, so they, you know, they were supposedly in advance, had the most advanced stuff going. Well, about, I don't know, maybe 10 years later, I'm dating this woman, and she said, you know, I was in bad shape a couple of years ago. And I said, why? She said, I had a pituitary tumor. I said, my God, my father died of a pituitary tumor. How did you survive? She says, oh, it's nothing now. They put you out. They go up through your, no, through your mouth. And then they go up into the brain, remove the tumor, and, you know, laparoscopically. And I went, you know, my father, if he had just lived another 5 years or so, would still be alive. Well, not today, but, you know.
That's crazy.
So I lost him early because of the damn pituitary tumor. 59 he was, you know.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Alex. Yeah.
And I loved my father. I was crazy about him, you know, so it was a real loss for me. But that's what happens. I mean, they can do stuff today. We don't think that science has gotten better, but actually it really has. But it's by small little footsteps, you know. But then over years and years and years, like I'm 82 now, a lot of stuff has been, you know, taken care of. My prostate cancer would have been a death sentence several years ago. Now, you know.
If you go back 50 years in cardiology, I was just watching stuff. They didn't have the angiogram, angioplasty. If you had a clogged artery, they did open heart surgery.
Yeah, yeah.
In the 60s and early 70s is when heart medicine, the lower your blood pressure, came out. So
Well, also,
people think about that.
also, what is it? The statins. They say that I've had doctors who've said that they put their kids on statins. That people should be on statins from the time they're teenagers because it is that good at preventing clogged arteries. You know. Yes, yes, Charlene.
Okay, I think I'm going to Bennett's waiting room now, but my doctor put me on a beta blocker instead of like a blood pressure pill. And I was trying to look it up and Google it and everything. You know, Dr. Bennett, do you know about a beta blocker?
The only thing I know about beta blockers is they once gave me a beta blocker. Well, it wasn't really what you're thinking of. They were preventing me from getting an advanced copy of the latest MS-DOS. So, see, beta blocker, you like that? That's a good technical joke, beta
That's right, I
blocker.
like that.
Yeah, beta blockers were one of the first blood pressure medicines. They can slow your heart rate down with the beta blocker.
Yeah, I remember now when I Googled it.
Yeah.
Because my cardiologist did that. He gave me a beta blocker.
Alpha Beta? Remember Alpha Beta?
Yeah, yeah. The food store.
Yeah, the food store.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Are they not around anymore, are they?
I
No.
don't think so.
I think they used to have the commercial. They had like a parrot there saying Alpha Beta.
Yeah. Well, you know what's going away. I think a lot of things are going away. I mean, I don't, you know, like you. There's no reason for Sears Roebuck anymore, is there? No reason for a Montgomery Ward. No, you know, you don't need a Radio Shack. You've got Amazon. Anything you want, you can buy on Amazon.
Yeah, and I think that the Lowe's, so home improvement stores I think are still thriving because that's stuff you want right away. You know, you're on a Saturday morning, you want to do your garden or something, so those things thrive for sure. But yeah, everything else.
But if it's something you can wait a day for,
yeah,
you know, that's all you need to wait.
And it's too easy. How many clicks does it take if you go onto Amazon right now and you search for something? How many clicks is it until it's shipping? I mean, I just got a couple other thumb drives and it was like 2 clicks. I searched for what I wanted. I clicked on it. It said buy now, and I clicked one more, and then it said it's shipped. It's already
That's
processed.
right.
I ordered my
It just delivered here 5 minutes ago.
I ordered my PS5, which is one of the hardest things to get these days. At 4 o'clock one day, it was here at noon the next day. That's pretty
They
fast.
just delivered here about 5-10 minutes ago.
Huh?
They just delivered here about 5 or 10 minutes ago. Something I ordered yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's 8:45 here almost.
Shecky said some stuff he's ordered, he's actually gotten the same day.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you're close enough to the distribution center.
If you're a Prime member, sometimes they do that.
Yeah, yeah. And then I want to order like some creamer, right? You know, because I use this creamer in my coffee, and all they had was the caramel this time. But anyway, I got the creamer, and if I wanted to get another kind of creamer, it wasn't going to be able to be delivered for 3 weeks. And I'm going, what happened to overnight? You know?
Yeah.
But then other stuff, like the PS5, I get like within 24 hours. Within 24 hours. No. And now, do you get this thing with Amazon where they put on there when you say, where's my stuff? And, you know, when's the delivery supposed to be and all of that? And they give you a map and it shows you where the guy is. And he's like 5 stops away, he's 3 stops away, he's 4 stops away.
Yeah,
That's logistics, Alex, right? The logistics, like where he is.
Yeah.
I get that the notifications. Yeah, it says 10 stops away.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm at work. I don't need to know that detail. So.
And then they still deliver it to the wrong place. You know, I'm amazed, but I'm amazed at how fast these things they're doing these things. I don't know. Do you order from anything but Amazon? Is there anything but Amazon?
No.
I mean, has anybody really tried to compete with them? Or is it just that they were so far ahead of their time that they got everything, they got this whole backlog of stuff that they had in the logistics to do it, and that there's no company that could start up tomorrow and have that kind of depth?
I wonder how many pieces of inventory, not individual, but like part numbers they have.
Oh, yeah. And how they do it all. I mean, how they get these things packed and shipped. And
well, they don't warehouse everything. A lot of stuff, say like some Ford part for your car, they have different Ford dealers that connect with them, and they never touch the part.
They're tied to suppliers.
Right.
Does anybody here use Instacart?
No.
Yeah.
Pam says yes. I don't know what it is.
Okay. You all know what Instacart is, right? It's this service. Well, when when it came into its own during COVID, and we found it and started using it because we didn't want to go to Costco. You know, we didn't want to take our life in our hands by going to Costco. Mm-hmm. So we would order through Instacart. And when they first started, it was a little dicey, you know. But as it's gone on, they become such a big company that they're now very sophisticated. And we still get all our stuff through. Marjorie does all her shopping through Instacart, whether it's Stu Leonard's up in Westchester or whether it's Costco down the street. We use them, and they're pretty amazing now, and it gets here within a couple hours. You know, we don't have to go over there.
Does it cost a lot more to go to Costco and have them deliver it, or as compared to?
Well, it costs me $100 a year for the service.
Okay.
Otherwise, there's no real extra charges for them doing it. I have to tip the guy, but it would cost me $15 in a lift. I've got a hair. Hold on a second.
Yeah, but did they give you samples?
Well, wait a minute. No, you don't get. That's right. Will you pick up a couple of the samples too for me while?
Yeah. Please.
But
yes.
anyway, I tipped the guy about $20, the person about $20, which is more usually than it says I have to, or that I should. But the thing is, it would cost me $15 to get there by lift and another $10 to get back.
Yeah.
And it's $25. So if I'll give the guy a tip that's the equivalent of what it would cost me to take a cab to get there in the first place.
Yeah.
So, and so but Instacart has been a godsend. Occasionally they screw up, and there are a few problems, but that's another company that has come out as a result of all this. I'll tell you a company I'm getting really pissed at is Netflix. To begin with, they're kind of, what are they? They're the cheap ass HBO, right? HBO does things with quality, and Netflix does it in a foreign language. I mean, it's just But the thing I hate about Netflix is now, by the way, they lost like about 200,000, 200,000 subscribers, and then all of a sudden they got them back during this last quarter. Okay, so as soon as they lost them, they suddenly said, "Oh, we're going to cut back on our production, and we're going to cut back on this, and we're going to," they make. How much they make a year? $222 billion. Is it billion?
Revenue. Yeah.
Is it billion?
Wow,
Am I right when I say billion?
Yeah, it's got to be billion.
Yeah, because
And there's only
million.
one guy working there?
Yeah. $222 billion, and Disney is $150 billion a year in subscribers. All right. So all of a sudden you're going to get cheap, and you're still making like $200 billion. I think it was billion. It can't be a million, because that'd be too little.
Maybe. Let me check.
Yeah, I think it's 220 billion. But I mean, don't get cheap. Don't cheap sheet me, for crying out loud. Look how much money you're making. Don't stop paying people to produce shows because, God forbid you went down 200 million subscribers. So?
Yeah. Oh, they say 30 billion.
30 billion?
2021 revenue was 30 billion US dollars. Yeah.
What for?
Still, that's.
Oh, no, that's U.S. revenue. I'm talking about worldwide. Yeah. Yes, Charlene.
Maybe it went up again though, Alex. Because did you know, like Dahmer was the #1 show that was watched like all over the world or something? Because I've been watching that, like the Jeffrey Dahmer thing.
I refuse to watch it.
Yeah, but then now it's that other thing, The Watcher. That's supposed to be the
Yeah,
#1.
we watched that.
What'd you think of that one?
I hated it.
Yeah, me too.
I hated it because by the time it was through, it's a sucker's bet. It never really resolves itself.
Yeah, I'd rather see Amityville Horror than that thing.
Let's see, Netflix subscribers.
Netflix makes about $1.4 million a day.
Wow. That's a lot of money a day. Wow.
Okay, Netflix made 29 $29,698,000,000 in revenue in 2021. Still, that's a lot of money. All right. And so if you lost yourself to 200,000 subscribers, what are you griping about? I mean, Peacock is sitting over there with 13 million or something. Not a lot. Disney has 150 million, and it was 220 million subscribers at Netflix for a total of whatever this amount is.
Yeah.
But I mean, and now, okay, to begin with, I went all the way. I got their 4K service. It was costing me $20 a month. So I said, screw it, I'll go down to their HD service. And it's $15 a month. And you know something? I can't tell the difference. They say most people cannot tell the difference between 4K and 1080p. That, there's a point at which most eyes do not see the difference. And so I was very glad to do that. But how dare you charge me $5 more when all the others, Disney, HBO Max, Peacock, all of them, 4K is free. Well, it's not free, but it's not an extra charge. And that now what they're going to do is they're going to only let you subscribers in your home. If you want someone else to be on your subscription, you're going to have to pay another $5 a month. And I'm going, if I'm paying that $20 for that 4K service, you can fucking kiss my ass and let me have 80 people on it if I want to, you know? But they're just getting cheap with us, you know, and they're getting greedy. And it's sad. It's really sad. And, you know, and Netflix stuff isn't that good. You know, I didn't watch the Dahmer thing, but The Watcher, we watched the whole thing, thinking there was going to be some kind of resolution to it, and we were just really Netflix suckers. That's how it turned out. Do you find that's true, Kevin? You have Netflix, don't you?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
You know, I don't watch it enough to let it bother me.
What are the other services do you have?
HBO Max and Amazon Video.
Okay, HBO Max. Amazon Video you get because you're an Amazon subscriber.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have Paramount Plus, which I like because I now get Showtime with it. Okay. And what is the other one that I have? I have Apple TV. I don't know why, you know.
Yeah, I got Apple TV too, and it just sits there.
It's cheap enough, you know.
Hulu.
Hulu I love. I think Hulu is so much better than Netflix. And I get it in a bundle with Disney. So, you know, yes, Charlene.
Do you watch The Kardashians instead of Keeping Up With?
I watched the first couple of the new ones, and I don't know why, but I just didn't stick with it. I'm tired of that phony drama that goes on in their lives.
Chris is gonna have hip surgery.
Yeah.
That's the next thing.
Surgery.
Who cares?
You know, I might go back to watching it if Kanye is on it. You know, because I just want to hear him be anti-Semitic. It's fun.
Oh, what did he do now, Alex? He did something again today. I think
Today he does something every day.
Yeah, something really stupid.
Yeah, but no, he hates Jews.
That's...
You know. Okay, well that's fine. You know, watch me. You'll have a good reason to. You know, you'll have justification. I think Howard Stern today said he was no better than Hitler. You know, he may have screwed up this time. He may have overplayed his popularity, but somebody was saying on TMZ, and they're right, he could act up all he wants, but as long as he puts out music people want to hear, he's going to be in business.
Alex, though, I don't think he's done that in years. Like his music, nobody cares, and he hasn't even done anything.
Well, you remember the whole thing that screwed up Kevin Spacey, which was the kid, this guy, Anthony Rapp, who's on Star Trek Discovery, who said that when he was 14, Spacey raped him in a hotel room. So he then sued Spacey, and they went to court, and today the court came back with their verdict that Spacey is not guilty. Nothing went on.
That was an expensive piece.
Huh? Yeah.
That was.
Yeah. I almost just said that. I'm glad you brought it up. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think that'll vindicate him. He's still got, you know, they've charged him with stuff in England, and there are a few other cases going on too.
And it ruined his career, right?
But it ruined his career. I mean, forget it. If he gets exonerated from all this stuff, it's not going to, you know, it's not going to be the same as it was. You know, he'll never work again. You know? And by the way, they just started shooting again the Alec Baldwin movie where the woman got shot.
Oh, I wondered about that, Alex. They're going to finish it.
You know how they got past it?
No.
The family went for it because the husband has become an executive producer on the movie.
How does that happen? I don't understand.
Well, they bought them off.
Money.
They bought them off.
Yeah, money.
No. I understand that. I say, how do they have a live gun on a movie set?
You know something? These things happen because people aren't doing their job. You know.
We have a person twist the ankle, and we got to stop everything for a day, find out why, put countermeasures in there,
do a root cause,
countermeasures immediately.
Well, my question is, why do you have live ammunition in the gun anyway, or even a dummy ammunition in the gun? All you have to do is point it, go click, and then later on when you're making editing the movie, you put in bang.
They said that there was a shooting range nearby, because it was like in the western, like deserted area. So they said there was a shooting range around there. Some of the guys were taking those guns and going shooting, and it's like.
Well, you see, the thing is,
to check them.
Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't even be able to shoot a bullet. There's no reason to shoot a bullet with them. You can put the sound in afterwards.
Yep.
You know, and you can have the actor kind of do the recoil. You know. And you're done. I would never allow a live gun on my set. Yes, quickly, Charlene.
No, I just wanted to. Is he exonerated, Alec Baldwin, for that, or are they still?
Well, they're still looking into criminal charges on, you know.
After he signed the check, they won't.
Well, no, but there's the local police as well who are investigating
the Dream Team too.
Really?
What?
The Dream Team #2. He's got expensive lawyers that'll get him out of it.
Well, I don't know if that's the case. I mean, I think he just wants to get on with it. You know, that movie was never supposed to be released in the United States.
Really?
It's that cheap a movie.
Oh.
And so they're going to go back to shooting it, and you're never even going to be able to see it. You know, so whatever. Anyway. Hey, there's the theme.
Oh. It's over. Oh.
It's over. Thank God. Every night, the one thing that happens to this show that just wells my heart up with joy is that it's over.
I survived Thursday on the Ramble.
On the Ramble, and it turned out to be
one of my favorite days.
Yeah, we had a nice group of people here, and it's fine, and you know. But Jack will be doing his little thing next. So if some of you want to slop over there and. You know, have a good.
Called you for technical advice today?
Huh? No. And I ain't answering my phone. How's that? You know, anyway. Let's say goodnight to Jeff. Jeff, thank you for being here. Always wonderful to have you here. And Alan, nice having you here. Charlene, good to see you. Kevin, bye-bye. And of course, our good friend Brian, who is doing birthday baskets for the whole class. It's the answer to the question of you're chewing gum. Did you bring enough for everybody? Well, that's what you were doing today. Anyway, everybody, give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you. Okay? There they go, folks. And see. My thing worked finally. Didn't work at the beginning of the show, sorry. Anyway, it wasn't bad. You know, it could be terrible, but it wasn't. So, anyway, Jack Bishop is next. He's here with the Intersection, and he will be taking your calls on Skype at GabNet Live. I'll see you again tomorrow night. Same time, same station in life. And in the meantime, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? Bye-bye, everybody. Have a nice night.